Welcome to another episode of Caps and Cards 716. I'm Spuddy J18. I am joined today by
TJ North Schwafford here.
and we're going to be doing a little bit of a football preview. You can see a couple of my Allen jerseys behind me. I know TJ's ready to go pretty hard with that.
Combos for everybody playing.
And we both got some combos. We're going to show a few things off. As usual, we both got our hat on.
Here by Crowns and Kicks.
I'm wearing the Bills edition. TJ's wearing the Patriots edition.
Red Sox.
I got the Zubas in there, so let's get cracking.
Huh?
Let's get cracking. Unveil your first combo.
So I got the Oilers here. This is my favorite jersey. I love powder blue. For anybody that knows me, powder blue is one of my favorite colors. I've got huge shout out to Roman for hooking me and John up with this one. It's from Lids, powder blue UV. Oilers logo on the front, the Hawaii Pro Bowl patch. And then for my combo wombo, I've got a Mitchell Ness USA run, Warren Moon.
I have the royal blue Mets word mark with a normal batter man.
They're going to kick Arizona's ass. Derrick Henry's going to run for 300 yards, a couple TDs.
With the black Mets jersey that they're actually wearing today.
Oh, they brought back, huh? Piazza hit that home run on 9/11 wearing that jersey.
And then I also have this one for this fit, the Mr. Met running. And it also features the infamous Picasso batter man. But if you want to go minor league, you can, and you could go Bison's Mets.
That
Toppers. And then, yeah, you already hit my segue. FDNY, Fire Department, New York.
Got to tip your cap, man. 9/11's 20th anniversary, my friends. Tragic event in American history. A lot of New Yorkers are touched by it. I remember watching a documentary today about the boaters. All the Coast Guard sent out a call. All these private boaters, all these like tourist boats came to rescue people off the island of Manhattan today after the attacks because they locked down the whole island. People couldn't leave. Crazy thing to think about.
Yeah, I was in
evacuated 20,000 people from the island of Manhattan over the 24 hours after the attacks.
So I was in the third grade, and you were probably in kindergarten.
I remember getting dismissed from school, my parents being upset.
Were you in kindergarten, right?
Yeah, roughly. I think kindergarten or first grade.
Yeah.
Getting school early, my parents being all freaked out and me not knowing why.
Yeah, so I kind of knew what was up because my teacher sort of had like the news on, and I live like right across the street from my school at the time. And my teacher started freaking out because one of his family members or something was like flying from New York to here at that time. And it was around like 10:30 in the morning, and everything just started getting real crazy around here. And I remember the tension. I remember everything about it. We were just sitting in a classroom. It was just real crazy. And then when I got home, I found out what happened. And then I remember watching the game. So I'm going to put my hat back on. And
Tom in Manchester passed away. He was on the Pennsylvania flight. They won that the people supposedly attacked the attackers, and they crashed in the field in Pennsylvania.
So
it was White House.
The meaning behind these is that both teams wear the logos of the first responders of New York. And I think the first game, the Yankees were the police and the Mets were the fire department. And these were released by Hat Club. They're gray bottoms, and they have a normal bat.
You know if the real versions from the on-fields are going to be available to the public at all?
I'm not sure what's happening with this drop.
Or the Mets Stadium or wherever. I definitely want the fire department one for the Mets or the Yankees.
I don't have a Piazza card in front of me, but I wanted to talk about on his induction to the Hall of Fame. He hit 439 home runs, and on his induction day, he only talked about one, the one that he hit in the bottom of the eighth, right after 9/11, and that.
Yes,
And I was thinking about it today, and how to bring some words and try to discuss it, and I just like stopped breathing. So it was like it still hits us 20 years after it happened.
and the Yankees and Giants both made it to the World Series and Super Bowl that year too for New York.
Yeah, crazy year. So just crazy, man. So we're gonna segue now into some football trash talk. So TJ, are you gonna change into a new combo, or what are you gonna hit me with?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you hang on. So the national broadcast for the game, national broadcast wise, is the Steelers and Bills pretty much if you're on the East Coast. And because the Steelers signed a certain someone, TJ Watt, to a 4-year, $112 million contract. I'm gonna come. Oh crap! I put it on backwards. Huh?
Nothing. Ay.
That's how you know we do it. We do it live, people, right?
That's how you know we do it live, though, because
I got
all
this-
our shit is live. We got all the Bluetooth.
Got this Reebok, big bad Ben Roethlisberger authentic here with the lead Steelers that you picked me up with the 2004 Pro Bowl patch on. Cool thing about 2004, that was when Big Ben's rookie year, when he set the rookie record for wins. And I think the Steelers are going to take it out at home, away on the Bills.
Well, I'm not gonna let you get away with that one that easy.
Ooh, that's the gradient one that you got me too, huh? That's a nice Bills cap, man.
I really like the flag, though. If anything on these hats, the flag is.
Yeah. I can't really see it in the thing, but now I see it. Yeah, it's almost like a French Lafleur though. The black, it's a nice cap. I can't wait for that one, bud.
Even with
I honestly have more Bills caps now than I have Patriots caps.
peel that right off. This can be a must wear around here.
Peel the sticker off.
Yeah, that
Oh, the price tag.
just the bottom.
I was like, wow, John's changing here.
Tops, not bottoms.
I love this one by Lids here. This one has the Steelers colorway. I showed you guys earlier the Oilers colorway. Huge shout out to Roman again for picking that one up.
I just got an alert that Lorenzo Cain just hit a grand slam, extending the lead over the Indians 9-2.
Now we need an update on the Blue Jays here because the Yankees are losing.
Yeah, we got it. Well, yeah, it's 8-2. That's right now. It was 6-2 when we started. And the Jays are down 3-2 in the top of the sixth with one out. The Jays are at bat.
The important thing is that the Jays can pull us out. They'll put the Yankees out of the playoffs.
And the White Sox are currently up 3-0 on the Red Sox.
Yeah.
A brief score update during the episode.
Got that Musa Jays here, original OG, flat Batman, green bottom, diamond collection.
That I like. Yeah, why don't you flip that around and really get that out here for us? A lot of people might not know about that diamond collection. That's a real OG hat right there.
That's like OG. This is like 1991.
It's upside down now. I meant like that. There you go. Diamond collection. That's a special hat right there.
Musa white band, all wool. Got that old Jays logo, no side patch, old school, flat Batman. I can't wait for that Ricky jersey to go with this one. 39 popping and flying it if they make the playoffs. Not even a Jays fan.
And that's a nice hat.
I still love the Steelers one though. Lids definitely picked up their game. The Rust Belt collection, these.
I don't know. I wasn't super toned on the Rust Belt, but I really like I like these gradients. They're doing some things right. You know, when I move my head here, you can see like the red, maybe a little bit of purple here.
So watch games for football. 1 o'clock if you're on the East Coast, Steelers and Bills. That's gonna be a big one. Because the Steelers were 11-0 till you guys went to till they went to Buffalo and they lost, right? Last year. It's a big game, big statement game.
Trey Edmonds came up big.
After that, it's a big statement game for everybody. The Steelers got to let them know that Big Ben's back. He's thinner, he's skinnier, he's ready to win. The Bills want to prove that we're contenders. The other must-watch games are at 4:30. It's the Battle of Bama and the Battle of the rematch of the divisional round for the AFC. The Battle of Bama is New England versus Miami because we got Tua Tagovailoa versus Mac Jones, who are both starters at Alabama, products of Nick Saban. Although Tua Tagovailoa went to no, it was Jalen Hurts that went to Sooner. You know, he spent 2 years. Mac Jones and his girlfriend would practice the Patriots playbook. Let's see if we can get a win. We can get a dub here. Big dub. Anytime we can squish the fish.
Anybody squish a fish, you know.
Yeah, squish the fish. You know where that originates from, John?
Hit me.
It's the 1980s when the Patriots lost the Bears in the Super Bowl. It was the big AFC championship game. Tony Eason versus who was the quarterback from Miami that was real good?
Marino,
yeah. We beat Marino to go against the Bears, and the Bears kicked their ass because they had Mike Ditka and everybody else. But
you got the Bills as 6.5-point favorites on Sunday.
Yeah, because they're home. I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Steelers, especially because TJ Watt hasn't been playing and practicing. But now that he's signed with the team and is back with the team, that presence on defense is big. The Bills aren't really able to run on that Steelers.
Especially though, the Steelers they always play at night on Sunday. They never play before 4:30. So this might be a little like a jump on them kind of deal.
Nah, the Steelers defense though, they got most everybody back. Their sneaky defense, I think Buffalo's not gonna be able to establish the run. Allen's not gonna be able to establish that play action. It's gonna be a close game. But I still think Big Ben's gonna prove everything wrong and lead the Yinzers with my Yingling in hand here to the W in Buffalo.
All right, and then you got Dolphins Patriots. Obviously, I think that the Patriots are going to beat the Dolphins.
Yeah,
Tua was out with that Tommy John basically. And then you got Eagles Falcons. Is Matt Ryan still playing?
Yeah, I'd say Eagles though because they got the Heisman winner from Bama, Devontae Smith. On his opening day week, that Falcons secondary is weak. Anybody who's in fantasy football, if you got Devontae Smith, do not sit him. This Falcons secondary is terrible.
I do like Jalen Hurts.
I like Jalen Hurts. I'm not a fan. I personally like Gardner Minshew. You know this because I already have a Jags hat from when he was named the starter for Jacksonville.
Minshew Madness.
now he's the backup for Philly. I think Jalen Hurts loses the starting job after week 1, week 3. I think the Eagles are going to have a tough start of it. They're going to score points. Their offense is going to be prolific, but Jalen Hurts is going to get hurt.
You got Atlanta as the 3.5-point favorites, but I think Hurts is gonna. He's real loosey-goosey out there, and I think he's going to have EJ Manuel disorder where he goes running towards the sideline and gets his knee blown out. So I do kind of agree with the Minshew coming in weeks maybe 2 or 3. And I don't know. Other than that, I like his receiver core. Like he's still got Goddard and, he's got a decent amount of groupers, surrounding him. Then we got Vikings, Bengals.
The next big game is going to be the Chiefs and.
Let's just run them down.
True.
Okay, Vikings, Bengals. You got Minnesota as a 3-point favorite.
I got Bengals. Joey Burrow and Jamar Chase are going to show up that fucking overrated Vikings defense. Kirk Cousins can't win a game. Cousins is going to lose.
I got nothing for Kirk Cousins. He gave up Stephon Diggs. The only reason Cousins was good that year was because of Diggs. And I don't know. I can't really name anybody on Minnesota.
Adam Thielen, Kyle Rudolph. That's about it.
That's it. And without
got
Diggs,
that running back there, Dalvin Cook, but
Dalvin Cook, yeah.
always gets hurt. So for all of the audience here, I changed my combo wombo to a Musa OG green bottom, made in the USA. They got a tonal flag on there. New era. Browns cap.
Unidos.
Huh?
Estados Unidos.
Estados Unidos. And I got the Baker Mayfield jersey made in Honduras. It's the Elite Authentic.
All right. Next on the line, we got 49ers and the Lions. And you got San Francisco as an 8-point favorite.
49ers easy. Garoppolo's back. Everybody's back healthy. The Lions got nobody other than TJ Hawkinson.
You're not feeling the golden boy?
I like Dan Campbell, but I think Garoppolo's going to get the win. I like the Niners. I've got a few Niners jerseys over there. I can go and get them. I got Ronnie Lott and I've got Jerry Rice.
Yeah, so you're not feeling Jared Goff in a new place at home? No.
He wasn't the Rams. He had more talent around him when he was with the Rams. He's gonna be terrible with the Lions. I like their head coach. I like the Lions head coach, Dan Campbell. He's a winner. He's a great guy.
I thought Patricia.
Huh?
Matt Patricia?
He's gone. He's back with New England.
Oh.
Dan Campbell's the head coach of the Lions. His drink order is a venti pikes with 2 shots of espresso in it. 2 of them, 2 large. He's crazy. The dude's like mile a minute.
All right, so you're not hot on Jared Goff returning to or a new starting job in a new spot. I don't think so either. And I think it's going to be a hot new start for our boy Stafford out there. And Monday night's going to be a fun night. We're going to finally see if Stafford's a franchise QB or if he's overrated and been overrated because the Lions has surrounded him with a Hall of Fame wide receivers and they made the playoffs a couple times, but they never did anything in the playoffs. And then we got, according to ESPN, it's a close line with Tennessee as a 3-point favorite over Arizona. And according to our local radio personas here, and I quote, "Fuck the Titans." That's how we feel about that game. So obviously, I would pick Arizona, but also kind of fuck them too. So I'm going with the Titans on this one.
Derrick Henry and Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel's, to quote Tom Brady, Mike Vrabel's an asshole, but knows how to win games. I've got the combo wombo for the game. Got the Oilers and the corduroy script.
That's a nice hat.
Arizona. This is a nice hat. Arizona, not so much. The QB's only like 5 feet, 5'11". He's too short. I like Kyler Murray though. Just gotta bust those. Bust those Cardinals fans' balls.
Next, we got
the Cardinals still haven't re-signed Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh shit!
You know he's a free agent. No. Anybody can pick him up.
Hey, some team headed for the Super Bowl. You know.
I find it disgusting that a guy that spent his whole entire career, who's a partial owner of the Suns, a local sports team, is being led on to this. Led on like that. They should have just given him a 1-year deal.
Unreal.
We're proud at wide receiver, but Larry Fitz is basically another coach. He's one of the greatest receivers of all time.
Is. Oh yeah. He's got hands like glue.
Hands down. One of the greatest wide receivers of all time.
All right. We're going Seahawks, Colts. They got Seattle on the line. Favorite by 3.
Okay, Seattle. The Colts don't have Wentz. The Colts also don't have half their team because they all got injured.
Yeah. The COVID Colts.
Pete Carroll's a better coach than although what's his name led the head coach for the Colts led the comeback for the Bills against the Oilers.
Frank Reich,
yeah.
Greatest comeback ever.
Oilers were up like 30-3, and it was going to the third. And the backup QB and Thurman Munson were out. And he led a comeback with the backup running back and him. And you guys went to the AFC Championship, won the AFC Championship. sadly to say, lost the Super Bowl.
The greatest comeback ever, though.
One of the biggest comeback. Actually, I'd say the second biggest comeback in NFL playoff history because of what we did in Atlanta.
Yeah, no, that was more points because it was 31-0, I think.
Yeah, but the Patriots one was on the biggest stage, the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm just saying on a playoff scale, it's recognized by the Pro Football Hall of Fame as the greatest comeback ever. And Frank Reich led his college football team, to like a 35-0 comeback win with his college team as well. So he's responsible for 2 of the greatest comebacks ever.
I had to bring it up because I knew a little bit about it. He's either the GM. Frank Reich's either the GM or the head coach of the Colts. I remember.
He's the coach. Yeah.
He was the offensive coordinator for the Eagles, not Philly. Phillies is baseball.
Yes.
For the Eagles when Wentz was really good. Although Wentz broke his foot again, he's got that
You got that Tony Romo disease. No, that's RG3's disease. Yo, check me out, coach. I'm wearing my RG3s. All right. You got the Chargers and Washington as a 1-point favorite.
I'd say Washington. Their defense is nasty. Chase Young, Fitzmagic. If Fitzmagic can turn it on, you already know because he was in Buffalo.
Fitzmagic can turn it on.
Huh?
He can turn it on.
Game's over. They don't need him to be great. They need him to be good. No turnovers. They got Tyler Henneke.
He could throw for 5 touchdowns and still throw 3 interceptions, though. That's what you get with
but the Washington, the football team's got 3 back. They got the backup Tyler Henneke, who almost beat Brady in that playoff game. Everybody forgets that wild card game last year. Washington could have beat Buccaneers if a couple calls went their way.
So they also drafted Jarrett Patterson, UB Bull. He was part of the number 3 rusher in the country last year in college football. Mm-hmm. So it was like Army, Navy, UB. So he was part of that rushing group that rushed for the 3rd most in college football. That's pretty impressive.
You already know in college football, Army used to be one of the best rushing offenses in the league because it's run, kick, run, kick, run, score. They control the game. I can't wait for the Army Navy game this year.
Oh yeah, well Army Navy and then Air Force doesn't really get tossed in too much, but
yeah, they got the cup there when they play Air Force.
That's the Commander-in-Chiefs, I think.
No, they got the little cup when they play Air Force, but the Army Navy games where the president comes and he.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, that's the Commander-in-Chief. Yeah.
Although I don't know if Joe Biden's gonna know where the sideline is. He's gonna be like. He's like, where am I? Am I in Maryland?
Where am I? Dude, wait, I thought DC was its own country.
District of Columbia.
All right, we got like 5 more games to go here.
Yeah, Browns and Chiefs.
Jets, Panthers.
I think
Panthers are a 4-point favorite, a weird number for football. Let's see. You got Sam Darnold starting for the Panthers against Zach Wilson.
But Zach Wilson signed late, so he doesn't know the playbook for the Jets.
I got to be honest with you. I'm taking Darnold.
Darnold all day. It's a revenge game. It's going to be like Trubisky in the preseason versus the Bears with the Bills. He's going to show them why they shouldn't have let him go.
And then he doesn't have Teddy Bridgewater behind him. I think Darnold's got PJ Walker from the XFL behind him.
On the Broncos, bud.
Who is it?
Teddy Bridgewater's on the Broncos.
I know, but I said he's got PJ Walker behind him from the XFL. Remember the Houston Rough Riders?
I'm watching the XFL. Watch more than I did on that one.
He was like the Lamar Jackson of the XFL. So that's his like backup now. A solid backup, but he needs some time to work into the XFL.
And they probably have one of the best running backs in the league in Christian McCaffrey, the Panthers.
Easy. It's going to be.
He got hurt last year, but I think he's going to prove me wrong. I couldn't get him in my fantasy draft because I didn't have the 1st overall pick. I took Derrick Henry with my number 2.
I think it's a solid choice.
I should have took Dalvin Cook, but he can never stay healthy.
Yeah, and
Henry rushed 2,000 yards last year. I was like, Had to take them.
All right. And then next we got the Jags, Texans, and Jacksonville is a 3-point favorite.
I think Lawrence gets his first win. Lawrence was great at Clemson. Undefeated as a starter in the regular season, undefeated in high school as a regular season. The only thing that would have made it better is if Tebow was on this team with Urban Meyer. I would have loved to have seen a touchdown pass from Trevor Lawrence to the tight end, Tim Tebow.
I'm going to have to agree because I don't know who's going to be fronting this Houston offense because shit ain't going to be Deshaun.
It's not Deshaun Watson. It's Tyrod Taylor, your old buddy.
Oh, Tyrod, my old friend. Yeah.
Tyrod Taylor.
All right. And what you've been waiting for, Browns, Chiefs, Kansas City, 5.5-point favorites.
It's a revenge game for the Browns. They had that dirty hit in the divisional round where they hit that Browns receiver in the head, helmet to helmet, took him out of the game. I believe in Mayfield. Mayfield's got some swagger. He knows how to win. I think the Browns are going to pull the upset off the Chiefs, especially because the Chiefs' offensive line has 3 rookies on it. That Browns line with Jadeveon Clowney, Myles Garrett, we're going to rip them to shreds going through there. Mahomes going to be like running around like he was in the Super Bowl going, oh, shit, Shaq Barrett, oh, shit.
I mean, I can't go against Jadeveon Clowney and, just those edge rushers. I don't feel comfortable going against them. And the Browns have one of the most complete offensive lines. It doesn't sound fair.
I forgot to mention they also have Odell Beckham back now too, who wasn't a factor last year because he tore his ACL.
Not good.
Threat. They've got Jarvis Landry still. I think the Browns this year is gonna be good for the Browns.
I think Baker's a little bit behind Allen in terms of development, I think, but I think he's going to be coming out soon. If he gets his weapons back, I think he'll improve a lot.
He's definitely learned from last year to be able to run on defenses, not just to rely on the run. His main cut as rookie and sophomore year were the issue where he'd roll out and there'd be no one there because in college he was used to rolling out and the guy would be open. The defense do this in the NFL. So they were sitting there waiting for him to throw it, so they pick him off a bunch. So now he's learning to be able to hand the ball off to Nick Chubb, rely on the game a little bit, play action.
Chubb was a very good fantasy pick for a lot of people too.
Yeah, definitely top 10.
He's got that James White kind of style hands. He's a good back to.
I wouldn't say he's receiving back. I'd say he's more of a ground and pound back like Derrick Henry. He's like he'll run you down, he'll punch through you.
But he's definitely got that like screen ability where you could just dish it out to the side, maybe option pitch it.
So many first round picks over the numbers of years. Anybody on their roster was a first round pick pretty much.
Almost.
Barring the last 2 years. Barring the last couple of years where they beat the Steelers in the playoffs, which is probably the highlight of any Browns fans like tenure right now. Beating the Steelers and knocking them out in the playoffs last year.
The last 25, 30 years with the Browns.
Since they left.
I mean, before that, it was Belichick in 90?
No, it'd be Kosar with the so the biggest moment for the Browns fans would probably be Belichick losing in the first round. Before that would have been Kosar with the drive against Elway. Elway had that famous drive in the Mud Bowl in the AFC Championship.
Yeah.
And the Browns could have made their first Super Bowl, but Elway was like, nah. Browns are going to win.
All right. Moving on, we have the Packers in Saints in Nolens.
Jacksonville. They're not playing in the
safety dome right now. Yeah.
Unfortunately. Sorry for all the folks down south. Hurricane's terrible. It affected a bunch of people on the East Coast, on the Upper East Coast too. Like I said, I'm just glad football's back. Hopefully the game can take your mind off it. Meanwhile, you guys got James Winston as your starter, so I don't think football's gonna take your mind off of it.
Yeah, I would stay away from football if
just 30 for 30. 30 interceptions and 30 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's got that 30-30 vision, right?
Yeah. He just needs his vision corrected. He sees 3 receivers, it's 3 defenders.
Isn't that why he got LASIK? So he could just throw interceptions? We call that Peterman disorder.
What was it? I'm taking the Packers here it's their last dying ride with Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. They're going to go hard this year. I think the Packers might even go all the way this year.
They got the running back too. They got the whole package.
Jones, they got AJ Dillon from Boston College, who's really good. They still got Murray. They got that 3-headed running back for Rodgers is blowing out all the noise. Rodgers wanted to get traded in the offseason. Rodgers is blowing out all that noise now. He's focused on just one thing. He wants to win. He doesn't care with who.
I agree.
He just wants to fucking win. He wants another Super Bowl.
I mean, right now, that would be the way to go out. He's kind of choosing like the Brady way, but like this is it though. I don't know if he goes anywhere else.
I think he goes to Broncos next year. They were real close to trade. The Broncos weren't willing to give up the number of first-round picks to the Packers.
Easy transition to Broncos Giants. Denver 3-point favorite.
Broncos Giants. I think Daniel Jones pulls off the upset. Danny Dimes got some weapons. I think the Broncos defense there. The only problem with the Broncos is they're starting Teddy Bridgewater as their freaking starting quarterback.
Yeah, I see that as a problem too. I know Saquon's coming back, so
I'd honestly rather see Drew Lock as their starter.
I mean, it's in New York, so I think it's gonna be just a heavy run game.
I think we see if Danny Dimes has got what he's got. We're gonna see because he's got everybody back healthy. They invest in some weapons for him now. There's no excuses. It's either ball out or get the fuck out.
Ball out or get out. You heard it here first.
Wrong. That's what all the New Yorkers say, right? Well, you're not Giants territory. That's like Connecticut and like Southern New York.
Yeah, that must be some New York slang.
That's like
New York.
Get the fuck out of here, Eli.
All right, we got the Bears and the Rams. We got Stafford, and is it Justin Fields or is it gonna be Dalton?
Andy Dalton, the Red Rocket.
Red Rocket versus Drew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford.
Or Matthew Stafford. Drew Stafford. Drew Stafford was a fucking one of my most hated Sabres of all time. And he was like a top 3 draft pick, and he came out of Boston or something. And I fucking hate him.
The Rams on this one. Bears don't have their actual quarterback. The Bears are fucking up the development of Justin Fields, in my opinion.
I would put him in right now.
They have him on the practice squad, mimicking the QB on the second unit. Why would you take your first round talent, who's going to be your savior of franchise? There's so many Bears fans. Me and John were talking about this earlier. We saw one in Kings. Spent $425 on a Nike Authentic, like this one for Cleveland here, on a Justin Fields jersey. I'm like, this makes me want to pull my hair out. I'm like, how do you know what he's going to do? The Bears have never had a franchise quarterback. Your closest franchise quarterback is Jay Cutler,
who made a career out of throwing the ball to the Packers.
Yeah, he almost completed as many passes to the Packers as did the Bears.
Yeah, I believe he set the record for one of the best Packer completion percentages.
I love playing Smoking Jay. I love playing Smoking Jay when he was with the Dolphins later in his career playing the Patriots.
Yeah.
He did not give a fuck. I remember a set where the wide receiver he was at wideout because they played a wildcat thing. And he did not give a fuck. He was sitting there like this. I don't give a fuck. I don't get paid enough to do this.
He was making like $10 million that season.
But huge love to Jay Cutler. He's got his podcast going. He's done with football, but he's still like willing to talk about stuff and everything. He just never had the talent and the coaching around him to live up to his full potential, his first round potential with Josh McDaniels, who's the offensive coordinator, drafted him for the Broncos, the Patriots.
Right, yeah. And he's with the Rams, you said?
McDaniels?
Yeah.
No, he's with the Pats.
Oh, he can't. Oh, he didn't leave. Okay.
No, so he went to the Broncos and he went back to New England because Brady wanted him back. Then he almost left to go somewhere else, but then he stayed with us because they promised him the head coaching position after the Emperor Palpatine himself. Bill Belichick decides to hang his throne up.
The hoodie.
A couple more Lombardis.
Hang the hoodie up.
He wants to win. I want him to win 10 rings so he can tie Yogi Berra. He's got 8 because he won another one. He won 2 more with the Giants. as a defensive coordinator. I wanted to win 2 more so we can tie Yogi Berra.
And the last matchup,
He can hang out with Nike and his 20-year-old girlfriend on the yacht and live his life.
our last matchup of the week is the Ravens and the Raiders on Monday night, and has Baltimore as a 4-point favorite. I don't know how I'm feeling about Baltimore with injuries, and we're talking about vaccination status and da. I'm not feeling it.
I'm gonna let you know in a minute with my combo wombo who I'm rooting for. I got that Mike Fitteds,
Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson, and I got Bo Jackson Raider jersey. I think the Raiders are going to pull it off. I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Raiders because the Raiders weren't a good team last year, but they've got that.
They got Waller. They got Carr back.
Their defense has been stacked. They lost a little bit on the offensive end, but John Gruden's been pulling up these different rushes in preseason.
Still got Mac.
3 or 4 guys, but he's been changing the 3 or 4 guys, so they're not going to know who's going down in rusher. And Lamar Jackson doesn't have anybody to throw to. Doesn't have anybody to hand the ball off to him but himself. I think it's a big upset. Raiders Nation's going to win here. Just win, baby, for Al Davis. Is it in Baltimore or is it in Vegas?
It's in Vegas.
Yeah, definitely Raiders. The Black Hole, there's going to be like 20,000 fans there screaming and yelling. It's going to be bad. Lamar Jackson might be able to hear his helmet.
I mean, all right. So it's Derek Carr, Mariota, and Peterman. Kenyon Drake. I'm not stoked about him, but
Kenyon Drake's definitely been good in fantasy the last couple of years.
Oh, they have 100 Renfro. Look at that.
Yeah.
Hitting dingers. Yeah, Darren Waller is who I'm stoked about.
Best tight ends in the league.
I think he's a very viable option to keep that game wide open because I don't know if Baltimore's got it in the secondary.
They lost their cornerback too. So if they send Waller out wide, there's no one big enough to match up with him. Marcus Peters might have been able to do it because he's scrappy, but there's no one in that secondary to compete with Waller.
That's who I mean, he's an easy shoe, and he can have a Kelsey-like game this week if it comes down to it.
I don't like Carr. I'm not a fan of Carr. Mariota's definitely been had the better games for them, for the Raiders the last few years.
Well, you know who number 3 is for them.
Yeah, Peterman. The guy that threw interceptions before the half. Then they benched him back for Tyrod Taylor. Oh, no. Was it Josh Allen back then?
What? No, Josh wasn't on the team yet. That was the next year.
No, he was. I think it was either Josh Allen or Tyrod Taylor's start.
It was Tyrod.
Oh, it was Tyrod?
Yeah.
And they started scaring me. He threw fucking like 6 picks in the first half. And they were like, all right, Tyrod, get back out there. We don't pay you all this money for nothing.
I mean, he did have the momentum. But the game was shot at that point because it was like 36-0.
Then I'm pretty sure they pulled Tyrod at the end and put Peterman back in.
Yeah, because he was just like, you're trash. Go back in.
Then they fired that head coach, and then they brought in Sean McDermott, who's your current head coach.
Oh, wait. Was that Doug Peterson or Malarkey or something?
I think so. It was the guy that was the Titans head coach before. I could be wrong here, folks, but I remember this game quite clearly.
Oh, I remember about half the first quarter, and we were just like, can he do it again?
12 picks. We want 12 picks.
Dude, we wanted the record at that point. And then I'm just going to show off some cards I got today from my local card shop. Shout out to 716 Sports Cards. Yeah, 716 Sports Cards. They treat me pretty well. A lot of these cards, I get like 5 for $20 or 6 for $10. So I got some pretty sweet deals. Starting with Bobby Dahlbeck first, Bowman Chrome. Mario Feliciano, I got his Bowman Chrome Auto. One of my favorite players of all time. I got this Robin Yount bat piece from Upper Deck. And a whole bunch of Vlad Juniors. If you love Vlad Jr., this was the place to be today. And when TJ gets back, I'll show him that one. Vladdy. Corbin Burns. Big Meat Pete. A little more Vladdy. And that one is 15 out of 35. I believe that's like the A in the Blue Jays home jersey. Maybe I can't think of, if it doesn't look like the fabric of a nameplate, I'm thinking it's like the A because of the way that fabric looks. And I already have it in a magnet loader.
I'm back in black.
Okay, I'll rerun through these real fast. So Bobby Dalvin.
Yes.
Explosion.
I still love this combo wombo here with the Raiders, Royals, Bo Jackson, the Bo Jackson jersey.
Yeah.
The only thing that make this better was the black and silver.
Bobby Dalvik.
First.
Marco Feliciano. Vladdy. I think the one I just showed has that more like futuristic look to it.
Yeah, it's got that little texture to it. It says family traditions on it.
Yeah. Topps Finest, Vladdy.
Like I said, I definitely want to get into some more football cards.
Mini Vladdy.
Mini Vladdy.
Big Meat Pete.
Big Meat Pete in the minor league jersey and Syracuse St. Louis Mets.
St. Lucie. That's in Anderson.
In Anderson.
I looked up the comps on this. This card goes for like 15 to 20 bucks, and I paid $5.
Got tagged for 2 runs today.
And then the Robin Yount back card.
Upper deck, old school.
Yeah, let's see. It's the last one I got, that Raleigh Fingers, that Fleer Skybox, that freaking took me back. He got inducted in the Hall of Fame in 1999.
So my key point when I was collecting cards as a kid was probably 2007, the black background tops with the chrome. Those are some of my favorite cards. I saw some on Facebook Market. Oh, the Barnsign card. That's a nice one. Although he's no longer a closer because they took the job away from him. Bogarts, yeah.
I always find a Bogarts or something, and it's just like, really, dude?
I keep telling John I want football cards. He keeps finding these baseball cards, and they're a deal and a half, so you gotta grab them.
For $2, I've never seen this patch before. Even if you don't want that, I've never seen that before.
So Freddie Freeman in Atlanta's contract extensions have halted. He's gone.
This is the top chrome Mize rookie.
Casey Mize.
Then I picked up the Pearson chrome rookie for $2.
He had a good game against the Yankees the other night. He came back.
Finally cracked the show?
Huh?
He finally cracked the show?
Yeah, he came in the 9th inning. He gave up a home run.
So these 2 cards, you'll see that one of them's got like a different print to it.
Yeah, I see the other one.
Yeah. So one's considered like a prism, one's not. So I figured I would just throw them in there. I'm kind of still.
They gave up a dinger to Gary Sanchez in that 9th inning with 2 outs, but they still won the game. And it's the first time ever in Yankee Stadium the Yankees have been swept in a 4-game series without having a lead once.
Oh, this is the high-tech looking one. It's called the Top 100. It's a Bowman thing. It's kind of got that like that.
That digital camo look.
What do they call it? They called it high-tech on that other card that I got last week.
Maybe like digital camo, maybe like futuristic, whatever.
And then I got my Brewers, Hyura and Burns.
I know you're always on the lookout for Brewers cards.
And
I definitely want to get in some old football cards.
And the gem of this, which is 15 out of 35, and I believe that's probably the A on the jersey from Blue Jays.
It might be the number too.
Well, he is 27, so
Might be part of.
I just don't see that.
No, it could be part of the 7, right? Like the edge of the 7, coming down like zoop zoop. It's like that little
Yeah.
part.
I'd have to look at it some more. It doesn't look like the nameplate because usually that's like a flat surface.
Doesn't look like A because it be more stitch. I think it's part of the 7.
If you see the way it's got that like aerated material, whereas like up here on the jersey it's like a full.
If it was an A, it'd be flipped the other way around too.
Right.
I think it's part of the 7 on that jersey.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so that was our football preview today. I know we touched on 9/11 a little bit here. You know, if you want to share your story in a comment or you got something to say, I got to pull up. There was a member of Fitted Mafia I went on and did a raffle with the other day. And let me see if I can find my history here real fast. Who did I send? Oh, it's to Danny Brims for Luciano. And his nephew or something has eye cancer, and Danny Brims does a lot of he's trying to get the money so his nephew can get the surgery he needs. So he's been doing raffles like every week. I know he does a lot of good stuff for the kid, and I just want to give him a quick shout out. I know I probably should have said something at the beginning. We're just kind of, head full of steam, and prayers out for that kid. And I put in for a couple times. It doesn't matter if I win or not. It's all about taking care of that kid and make sure he gets the care he needs. So I know that's something that Josh Allen's been big on. Like the Oshai Kids Hospital.
Fuck cancer.
Oh yeah, appreciate it.
Got that San Jose Giants. Strike out cancer. Fuck cancer. Cancer affects everybody. Anybody, pretty much everybody's had their life touched by it. Like, definitely something I want to look out for. So
yeah, we're looking out for you, Danny Brims, and I'm gonna stick a link in our video for your profile, so that anybody who does watch that we can find your lives and hopefully get some more people interacting with them and help you out there. So TJ, wrap us up.
Peace, love, most importantly, caps.
Caps, pretty good. Good night, everyone.